Hey everyone, it's Wings with Aquamarine on the Appalachian Trail, starting at the Old Settlers Museum and Schoolhouse and headed SoBo. What's up guys, it's Wings. We are out for a 3-day hike going from the Settlers Museum and Old Schoolhouse here on the Appalachian Trail for 683 in Virginia. And we're gonna head south and hopefully over the next 3 days make our way down to Fox Creek, which is where we finished on a trip going northbound last year, you might remember. But this year we're doing southbound, should be around 31 miles in total, hopefully doing 9, 10, and 12 roughly. So that's our goal for today. Aquamarine over here signing, I think, the logbook. I signed it as well. And then you might have seen the photo, or I'll show you shortly, where we signed the chalkboard here as well. So really cool. Let me flip it around so you can see a little bit more of it without me in it. Beautiful view. We are going through these power lines, which you can actually hear the buzzing of. That's crazy. And we're going to walk right through it. But we're going to pretend like we're passing through the Eiffel Tower. I'm going to call it the Eiffel Tower buzzing line, or power lines, because I like to make up random things to keep myself amused on trail. And then we're going to look down this way at all the other power lines. And a random blue and black butterfly. Hi, butterfly. Okay, onward and upward. So I did want to mention that for those of you who've been following us for a while, Stitch is back on trail. He's riding along. Stitch's trail name is Stitch, so that's easy. But yeah, he's hanging with the Zoleo satellite communicator, which has already come in handy today. And yeah, Aquamarine is rocking down the trail, so I'm gonna go catch up. Tunnel time. So if you can see that top layer there, it's like where the mountains meet the sky. Not sure which one is Walker Mountain, but they're all really pretty. And we're starting to get a little bit of rain. You see some clouds. I think it's going to be fairly light, Lord willing. Taking a short pack break and then seeing how far we want to go. I'm going to take the step right here to the better view. So you guys can see right through the viewing point here. Try to remember to put the mile marker on here. We are going southbound today, but I will always use northbound mile markers for reference. All right, y'all. Look at that sun shining right through those clouds. Hey guys, we have found our home for the night here. It's our tent site. We did the 3.5 mile climb and decided to call it a day because of the really just the late start. I think I said 4:30, but I know it was pretty late. We definitely got a really late start today. Maybe 4. Huh?
It was almost 5, I think. You
know what? It was 4:30 because we did the first mile at just before 5 o'clock, and it took us 30 minutes to do it. So give or take 4:30 is when we actually got out, hit the trailhead. So that was much later than we thought, almost really two hours or so, at least an hour and a half later. So getting into partnership was not an option. We did meet up with some other awesome folks, including a thru hiker at the Old Settlers Museum and Schoolhouse. What did he say? It was, I think it was FTP. No, I think it was PFT was what he said he went by. And then Danielle, who actually we found out lives near one of the hostels we've been at before. I won't disclose that out of protection for her herself, but pretty cool. And then we also met up with an older gentleman at the Chatfield, I believe it was called, shelter, just a little ways back, and he was actually having to get off trail because he had fallen on some rocks and gotten hurt after he lost his hiking poles, and somebody had to bring his hiking poles back to him. And just a rough day for him, but he was looking pretty good and headed to where we started. So he had about a 2-mile trek still downhill mostly. Almost the entire trek from the Settlers Museum to here was climbing for the most part. So 3.5 miles up, but the good thing is we got a lot of downhill ahead of us with just a couple little short climbs. So should make the days ahead easier, and it's a good thing because we're going to try to extend those days now. Tomorrow is going to be a 10-mile day. I think we're going to shoot for at least 12, maybe 14, and just see what we can do. And try to get really early start. So we're talking being up at 5 and stuff. So it's 8 o'clock, right? Right, 8 o'clock right now? Yeah, it's about 8 o'clock right now. So we're about to cook us some dinner here by the campfire. Got the bear canister you can see ready to go. We probably are just going to try to find a good spot for it. If I can find a spot through all this brushy weeds and foliage that I don't want to knock anything down to do it. But as you can see, it's like an ocean of leaves back there. Pretty nice. The sun's setting kind of back here behind us, looking kind of nice. And so that means we're hoping that as we go up trail back this way, you can see through the trees there, maybe we'll get a break in the trees and see the sunrise tomorrow if we get a really early start. So that's our goal. So all you can have is goals and get out here and have a good time. That's what we're doing. So it's probably our last check-in for the night. If you didn't see already, there's our little home for the night. Got a nice little flat spot on the other side of the tent site. So we're cooking as far away from that. And then if we can, just off in the distance, there's a place too. If we want to hang our food, we can too. And but we haven't heard too much about the bear activity right here. So I think we might be good if we just find a good spot for the bear canister. So I'm off to search for that, and we will see you in the morning bright and early. Have a good night.